There's one thing from our original mock-up that's missing. Who can spot it? Ian? What? You know? Oh, I'm sorry. I was like, yeah, I mean, I hope you know your name, but you know. Okay. Sign out. Yeah. So sign out also implies that there's a way to sign in, doesn't it? So we need a way to sign into this thing. We're going to add authentication. Excited about that? Have you ever used an app that requires you to log in before? It's kind of a new idea, but yeah, I'm excited about it. So let's do it. First, let's add a button that will do it. I'm going to make a new component for this. It deserves it. I'm going to call it login.js, and I accidentally made a folder instead of a file. Login.js. I suppose, oopsie, wrong button. We're likely to have some style with it, so I'll go ahead and create a style sheet. Capital L login.css. Don't forget to switch back to login before you start writing a bunch of stuff. Let's import React from React. And let's import whatever happens to be in login CSS. And let's make ourselves a functional stateless component. Don't forget to export this. Export default, login. It's going to be a button. We'll give it a class name of what the devil. Button.login works for me. There it is. Let's say everyone in here has a GitHub account. I know that, so let's make it sign in with GitHub. So you don't have to actually sign up for something new. You can just use something you already have. Sign in with GitHub. You may remember a very long time ago when we looked at the CSS from the static version, that the button for add thing also had a class on it called GitHub. So we can use that same rule. So we could just truly reuse the same rule, put it back in the other style sheet, or move that style sheet into app or something like that. Or we could just make another version of the same rule, which I'm not going to worry about the redundancy for right now. So we would have the option to change this later. Let's just go ahead and copy that rule. Login.css, paste it in. And instead of button.github, we're going to say .capital L login. Now, let's put this somewhere. Let's put it right above add thing. Go over to app. Here's add thing button. We want to say login like that. Now, what error are we going to get if we just do this? Login's not defined, right? We need to import it. I'm going to keep base last just so all my components are in a row. So import. You can also move it to the top instead. Base, what's that? Yeah, we already did Firebase, that's right. Import login from login.js. All right, well, that doesn't look great, but there it is. We're never actually going to have the sign in button and the add thing button on at the same time, because you're not going to be able to add a thing unless you sign out. So I'm not going to worry about the fact that they smash into each other. So what about that sign out button? We can make it. You want to make that? This is called log in. We can make log out. Why not? Or we could call them sign. Since I'm using the term sign in and sign out, I suppose that's a slightly better name. Signout.js. And I am going to go ahead and change login. Let's change that to sign in camocase.js and sign in.css. Sign in CSS, change this to sign in. Sign in.js, change this to sign in. Change this to sign in. Change this and change this. In app.js, change my import. And change it down in the HTML. All right, very good. To sign out, it's going to be very, very similar. Suppose we can copy and paste this. Didn't have any CSS for it yet. I suppose we will. So let's make it sign out. Change this to sign out. Change this to sign out. Change this to sign out. And this can just say sign out. Doesn't matter how you signed in, signing out's the same. Over in static world, let's see, button.logout, what do you know? There's a rule for it. Copy that CSS rule. Let's make signout.css. Sign out is the class. Here's the rule. I think we're already importing that, so we need to import this new thing in app.js. Change it to sign out. And we said on this screen we're actually not going to see the sign in. Right, we're going to see sign out. So let's see how that looks. Those look better together. All right, now we have buttons. They don't do anything yet, but that's a step in the right direction. So I'm going to go ahead and commit that. Create sign in and sign out components. Now adding the functionality is going to be slightly more complicated.